Welcome back, I'm Captain Xavier, and I have received a most auspicious package from the good folks at Out of Darts. They send me the coolest stuff. Let's see what they have sent me today. I think I know what it is, but let's find out. I was correct. Within the box was the Sillybutts Battle Axe, his pump-action internal magazine blaster that takes his silly shells, which is pretty cool. It very much is reminiscent of the Ultra 3, except this one is shell ejecting and not rubbish. Though it will fire Ultra darts if you really want to. Yeah, fairly straightforward. Pump action, shells eject. Train. Shells eject on the right side. I suppose you could reverse it if you really wanted to, but for a number of reasons, I absolutely don't want to. And I will explain why as we go along. It's got Picatinny rail on the top, Picatinny rail on the pump. You can put whatever grip you want on it. This is just a worker grip that I threw on there. It didn't come with a grip. Out of Darts sells a number of grips. Pick one that you like, whether you want angled or pump. Just by the nature of it, I decided I definitely liked a vertical grip, which is not usually what I prefer, but I did on this one. For the stock, it does have multiple options. They sent me one with a Picatinny stock attachment system. I don't have any Picatinny stocks lying around. They do sell one, of course. I think they actually sell a couple of options. They might. But this is a removable part, and you can have it either with an end strike attachment point, no stock attachment point, or I believe there's actually a buffer tube option. I don't know if Out of Darts sells all of those on their site, but I know those are available because I'm fairly certain this is relatively open source. So yeah, whatever kind of stock you want to put on there, there's probably an option for it out there. Decent trigger, decent grip, like all of that. Beautiful print, of course, because it's Out of Darts and their stuff is immaculate. It loads simply by you prime it and you load your shells in through the top. The box, it's not a removable magazine, which I found kind of odd. I can't imagine it would have been that much more difficult to design one with a removable mag, but apparently they just decided it wasn't worth the effort, or they didn't want to deal with the additional complications. So it is a fixed mag, but it will hold 6 shells. You simply load them in on top of each other. Whoop. And then it ejects, which is fairly nifty. Now, here's the reason I wouldn't want this to switch to have it eject on the left side. There are a couple of shells that you would put in this that you don't actually want to eject. They have, for instance, a sniper shell with a long barrel, and this is one that you would be using. Either you might start with it, but it can't actually eject it all the way, even if you wanted it to, because of the extra length of the barrel. But this is one that you're going to be single loading if you really are planning to use it much. So you wouldn't want it to eject at all. And if you're left-handed, you can actually reach up and hit the ejection locking lever, and it won't eject it all the way anymore. And so you can just push it back in, load your single shot in, and it sometimes will not eject it as much as if you weren't able to reach that at all. So it's handy, being left-handed, being able to reach up and push that. Another shell that you might want to do that would be the Mega XL shell, because unless you're cutting down your Mega XL darts, which I absolutely am not going to do, you would want to muzzle load this as well, and being able to not, well, sometimes it won't, sometimes it will. Sometimes the tension on the magazine is enough, but anyway. Why there isn't a simple way to disable, actually I don't know if there would be a simple way. I kind of suspect anything that would make it easy to disable shell ejection would make the shell ejection system less reliable. And I'd kind of rather have a reliable shell ejecting system than the ability to disable it for a handful of specialty dart types. Ultimately, if I'm going to be firing Mega XL, this wouldn't be the blaster I would choose because it isn't as convenient. What I would use this for is firing either a variety of different ammo types if I really want to, because we've got it all. We've got 4 different layers of elite, single, double, triple, quadruple, which is just neat that it will do all of that. We've also got Hyper, Ultra, Mega, Rival, Mega XL, Sniper. Basically, any ammo type you want, there's probably a silly shell for it. Now, not all ammo types are going to fit into the magazine if they extend out, further than the shell. And in that case, you either have to cut it down or you'd have to muzzle load it, or this would, again, not be the blaster you would use those ammo types in. All right, I'm going to load up some shells, and we're going to see what kind of performance this gets. It's firing shotgun. I will probably get FIPS for some ammo types just for fun. We'll take a look. We'll start with some FIPS. Let's get you, I know you love your FIPS. Let's get you some FIPS. I'm not usually one going in for FIPS, but I'm actually kind of curious what we're going to get with the various types. We're starting out with a single bamboo dart from the sniper barrel. 189. Not too bad. Let's try a non-bamboo half dart. 175. Bamboos usually hit a little bit higher. Let's try a single elite. If I can find that dart in my pocket. No. Single elite. From a single shell. 115. Kind of would have expected more, honestly. We will see what we get with other shells. Let's try, there's an Ultra in here somewhere. There it is, Ultra Dart. Because why not? 145. Fascinating. Let's try Mega, and it is an official Nerf Mega Dart. 98. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's try Mega XL. 74. It's actually pretty good for Mega XL. Yeah. I'm increasingly, just from what I was doing right there, kind of like the concept of loading this on an empty mag. Just with a bandolier of all the random ammo types, because then, like with Mega XL, it could then eject the shell and just pull another shell and just load it in. Not quite as fun as the, what's that one called? The hammer something. I don't remember anymore. I'm an old man, got no memory. What is that thing called? Yeet hammer! That's what it is. The yeet hammer. Not as neat with the opening, port and all of that. And there's some other fun features of that one. But let's go ahead and put some buckshot options in here. See how they work. So I've got 3 hyper, and I'll be baffled to see what that one does, and 3 rival. Let's see what we get. Does it fire all 3? It does. And it says it got 85, but who actually knows, because it's firing multiple rounds. But that might be accurate. And hyper, it did fire all 3. And they went all over the place. Ooh. I'm going to have to test that on the range. It's dark, and this video's going out tomorrow. So I plan to do some upgrades and do another video anyway. So you'll get some range eventually. For now, that was unexpected. I'm gonna load a dart, and then I'm going to try something else. Right, I remember I set up an indoor range specifically so I could do range stuff when I couldn't be on the range. Anyway, I have a variety of shells actually loaded up in the magazine now. I'm going to start again with Rival because I want to see what kind of a spread it was getting, because I suspect it's going to be wild. I then have Hyper, which I believe I've got 4 rounds loaded in there this time. I would be amazed if any of them go in the net. I'll probably never see them again, but it's Hyper, so I'll survive. And then I've got single shot, double shot, triple shot, quadruple shot, elite lined up in there, and I really want to see what kind of a spread we get on that. So, Rival! Hey, one of them went in. Hyper! Oh, it did not like having 3. Good to know. One of them did bounce in, though, so, I mean, that's impressive. All right. Single, elite. Nice. Double. Nice. Triple. Not bad. Quad. Brilliant! Oh, that is fun. That is fun. Wait, I've got darts in my pocket. I've got darts and shells in my pocket. Mega XL! see if I can actually hit anything with it. It wasn't too bad, actually. Now we can muzzle load another round and partially eject. Oh, that got him in the side of the head. It bounced off and hit. Anyway. Mega! This time with Accu Fake. Oh, straight as an arrow. Gotta love them Accu Fake darts, man. Love them. All right. Accu Strike. Also fires straight. Lives up to the name. Gotta love it. That is pretty groovy. Definitely want to get a stock for it. I don't know if I will get a stock that fits on this or if I will just get a N-Strike adapter for it. I'm leaning towards N-Strike adapter because I have bins of N-Strike stock, so I'll see what it takes to get that. I do like that it's got sling mounts built into it. That is pretty groovy. I don't think I will bother putting an optic on a shotgun. But this will definitely probably end up being involved if I ever get around to building a full silly shell loadout. I would need probably more silly shells. But I have printers and the files are free, so I have no excuse. Alright. My thanks to Out of Darts for sending me this. It is pretty cool. I like... It's a good shell ejecting platform. I would have loved to have seen, like I said, removable mags. I understand, well, I don't entirely understand. I'm sure they had a reason for why they didn't. I'm sure you could also probably print it longer, but then it'd get a little bit ungainly. 6 rounds of what this is pumping out is actually pretty good, and you can easily top up. That's the one thing that I do like about it is if you just have it primed, it's not hard to just put shells in the top. So that is pretty nifty. Pretty nifty. If you're looking for a pump action multi-shell ejecting thing, this is not, in my opinion, all that bad. There are also some other upgrades. It's single pin removal to get to the main spring, and they have spring spacers that you can print, and you can print them in multiple sizes to give either that or you print multiple ones and you stack them to get whatever pre-compression you're looking for. So it's a fairly modular spring system, not quite like a dial in the back level of modular, but generally you're going to want to figure out what you want it at and leave it at that. So having a whole bunch of different spacer sizes you can put in there is really a neat way of doing that, I think. So they sent me one. It's around here somewhere. So yeah, pretty cool. The Battle Axe by Sillybutts. Check it out. Link for Out of Darts, where I got this one, will be down in the description. Thank you for watching. Now I gotta clean up this mess.